Hey, fellow photographer, how's it going? It's me, old cousin Michael. I would like to talk to you about a super easy but lucrative photography gig. And this is about the reproduction of art, in particular, the reproduction of drawings on a canvas. Now, you might ask yourself, how come Michael is talking about that? Because that's really none of his businesses, right? Well, I would say always expect the unexpected. In previous videos, we talked about photographing a speaker's event, and our example was the TEDx event, right? And if you photograph such an event, then you expect follow-up gigs like other speaker events, other events in general, portrait photograph sessions, book covers, album covers, all that stuff. And all of it will come for sure, but there might be something surprising. Now, on this event, we had an awesome artist by the name of Holger Niels Pohl. And what Holger is doing for a living is graphic recording. That means he can visualize what other people are talking about while they are talking about it. Yeah, so he visualized all the TED Talks that evening with beautiful drawings on canvas, which means in the end there's 20 boards and people are amazed by it and the speakers are proud to hold them up and whatever. But somehow these boards, of course, have to be digitalized because the organizers want to spread the word about it. Now, if you are the photographer of the evening, then in case the organizer is asking themselves, hey, where do we find a service with a big scanner who can digitalize that or something? Now, guess who they ask? Well, they will ask you. So you can respond like, well, good art reproduction is done with a camera and not with a scanner. I happen to offer that service, right? So you can offer it easily. All you need is this. You need something to hang the artwork on or stand it. I used an old easel and I stood it in a way that it was as upright as possible because I don't want to have the artwork at an angle. Now, I want to minimize angles. Then my particular home studio has got a brown floor, which would throw a little brownish golden color cast onto whatever I photograph. This is no issue when I photograph skin and portraits, but with artwork, I really don't want to have that, so I put a piece of black fabric onto the floor. White fabric would do the same trick. It's all fine. Now I need to care for soft light from left and right the artwork. I used soft boxes with speedlights in them. You could also use umbrellas or pretty much any other soft light modifier. It's just important that the light is coming from an angle and from left and right, and the angle should be steep enough. Meaning this, you don't want any direct reflection of the light source visible in the artwork. Just imagine there's a glass plate or the artwork has got a glass surface. If you have a light in front of it or at not so much of an angle at the side, then you would see a mirror image of that light source in the artwork, right? Now, since you have matte paper in this case, you wouldn't see a direct mirror image, but you would see a gradient. Now you would see a spot which is much brighter and then it will fall off to the edges of the artwork. And there's pretty much no way you can easily correct that in post-production. So don't do it in the first place. Put your light sources left and right at a pretty steep angle, let's say 45 degrees or even steeper, just so that you can't see direct mirror images from them in your camera image. Now, then the camera should be on a tripod. The sensor should be plane and parallel to the artwork, so you might need to tilt the camera a little bit down if your artwork is at an angle. I use speedlights, guide number 58, on 1/2 of their power. I don't need to fire very fast. Camera was set to f11, ISO 160, really easy settings, which just care for a really good quality. Talking about quality, I used the Color Checker Passport to calibrate my camera lens light combination. I wouldn't even really have to do it because I have a profile for a similar setup already for this lens, but just in order to be on the safe side, I calibrated it again because it just takes 1 minute and then I can be really, really sure that I reproduce the colors accurately. When you reproduce art, especially when it would be about paintings and stuff, you really want to be accurate with colors. Then I shoot with a little bit of room around the image, because later on in Lightroom I can easily crop to the exactly to the canvas and crop out the remaining stuff around it. I mean, the resolution of my camera is anyway enough for reproduction, more than enough, much more than enough. So if you happen to know an artist, you can offer them reproduction of their artwork. It's not too hard. Now you know how to do it. And if you shoot an event, then I hope you keep your mind open for the unexpected, for stuff like this. Because once you're active, once you get out there, once you get going, then it will come to you and then you can respond. I wish you a lot of fun with that, and I wish you good light.